Sagittarius, hello my beautiful angels. Adrian H of Great Life. Thank you for all your phenomenal support. And if it's your first time here, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. I'm intuitive healer, I practice holistic wellness, and I'm also a spiritual regression hypnosis practitioner. Okay. This is your reading for November 2020. General reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. Remember, if there's any communication problems you want to look at with the placement of your Mercury in your chart, or for love, you can look at, your Venus reading. And if you don't know what those are, there's a link in the description. There's just a free natal chart that you can check out, and it actually shows you those things. All right. Let's see what we got. November 2020. If you like my beautiful designs that I have for my graphic design or for my thumbnails, they are done by my amazing friend, who is an incredible graphic designer and social media management buffin. You can contact her directly if you need some work done, and it says AC Digital Marketing Solutions down below in the description. Okay. If you I also know there's some things going around at the moment, which is a little bit sad, but unfortunately that's just the world. So please know that I'm not really doing any personal readings at the moment. If you get any sort of email from me, it's not for me either. And I do have a newsletter that you can sign up to. You get a newsletter once a month, and in that we'll be advising when I have slots available for personal readings or for spiritual regression hypnosis sessions, training, anything like that. The communication will go via the newsletter. All right. So if you get any sort of anything other than that from me, that's not from me. Okay. Just want to let you know. All right. Some fake accounts have been flying around, and I just don't want you to fall victim to anything. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, so that's your overall energy. Whoa. Whoa. And then we're going to look at your recent past to see what is the energy that brought you to where you currently are, and what is coming towards you. Okay, let's see what we have. And it's so amazing. I've actually had a lot of somehow Sagittariuses stepping into my life recently in the most positive sense. Really, it's just amazing, So, yep, the energy is there. The energy is there. Okay. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay. My goodness. Yep. All right. And okay. So, where you currently are. Courage. This is that beautiful breakthrough where you're at. Breakthrough through all the difficult things. For some of you, you would have gone through a very, very, very challenging period where it almost felt like life was suffocating you. Like for many of you, you thought you weren't going to make it. You thought that, that your number was sort of up, that you've lived all the positivity, sort of in life that you were going to live, that your sort of good luck has run out now, that the rest of your days are probably going to be quite bleak. And then in fact, quite the opposite is true. Which is, I'm so happy to see that. The opposite is true, okay? You're actually coming into a moment of shine and strength, and anything new that starts, anything new that comes your way right now, it might seem so amazing, but it's got so much more potential, all right? And also, this is this point where, let's just use the analogy of a flower that's growing. All right, so in order to become like a big tree, so like a big mustard tree, for example, it comes from a tiniest little seed. there's a lot of courage that has to be taking place there, because the seed has to sort of like, open and push through the ground and push up through the surface. And there's many things that can happen to this new sprout, especially if you maybe not in the nursery, out in the wild. A lawnmower can move across you, or, there's many things that can happen why you don't make it. Maybe somebody steps on you and, that's sort of like you're gone. But you're at a space where you push through now and people are starting to notice you. Life is starting to notice you. Things are beginning to, they've really started to sort of, the tables have turned. Things have started to, to turn for you in good favor. And it's really only just the beginning. A lot of your hard work, a lot of the inner work that you've done, a lot of the times that you survived through where you thought that you're not going to make it, it's kind of going to be tickets for you. The tables are turning, okay, quite beautifully. Recent energy for you: receptivity, understanding, and sharing. I'm just going to show you all the cards and then I'm going to do the reading, okay? Where you are at the moment: consciousness. Oh, okay. Why is consciousness jumping? Consciousness, completion, maturity. This really made me smile. And coming towards you, normally I was going to draw 3 cards, but then there were actually 4 for you. And when I saw the 4th one, my heart just went like kavup, 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 kavup. Okay? You've got the creator, you've got the master, you've got transformation, which is like the death card in traditional tarot, which is all about new things. And the card that I didn't see is existence, or the extra card that came out. Now, I feel that at some point in the recent past, you said, you know what? Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Like the song, Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Okay? And you said, you know what? If life is going to be funny with me, I'm going to be funny with myself. Where sometimes you do like those little, like you take a photograph and somebody does like the funny little bunny ears behind your head. You said, you know what? I'm not going to take things so seriously anymore. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If I fail, I fail. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to do my best, but I'm not going to keep on, sort of, I'm not going to keep, I feel that something, maybe you had a conversation with somebody or something, but you felt that I'm not going to keep myself in this space anymore where it's sort of low vibing and, sort of being so hard on myself for not surviving at what I feel I should survive at, what I feel I should do good at. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to hold myself in that sort of contempt anymore. Okay? And it's when we do that, and this is the beautiful thing that happened, is when we do that, that we begin to see that, we start to allow different possibilities to come through for us. We align ourselves with different possibilities where you may have felt very sort of trapped. And as you change your mind, in that sense, it's quite an interesting contradiction. It's almost like, whatever. And as you go in that whatever space, you sort of get out of the way. You get into the surrender space because you're not trying to micromanage the universe anymore. All right? And the solution comes through for you. You get shown this is the way. This is a way that's actually always been available to you. And I feel that this very strongly resonates for some of you. You get shown this is the way that was available. This is the help that's been available. Welcome to the crowd, brother. Welcome to the crowd, sister. That type of thing, we are here to help you, all right? So help came through. Universal assistance came through, and it somehow placed you in a position where you are able to share. So the alignment, and this is the beautiful thing about when we get into the flow with ourselves, the flow that you got yourself into placed you in the perfect position to be able to also share with others. It's that you instead of just finding sort of like a solution for yourself, the solution that you found for yourself made it possible for you to also share with others. It's a beautiful gift that keeps on giving, that keeps on paying forward. which is amazing. So amazing. All right. So where you are at the moment, I love that. You are at the space where you will realize that things can be so much better. There's sort of like a calm inside the soul. There's sort of like an excitement for what could become. There's an excitement for tomorrow, you know. Whereas before you might have just wanted to sort of crawl into a dark hole. There's sort of like an excitement for tomorrow. It's almost like for some of you, I feel that now, for some of you, I feel that you might still be quite high strung. But it's also that you realize that, you know, I may have been, one of the main reasons why I felt the way that I felt is because I always wanted to overcompromise. I wanted to give more than I had to. And some people might have understood that, misunderstood that, you know. They might have felt that I'm being needy because, you know, I'm always trying to overcompensate. And it's almost like you say, it's almost like I feel that for many of you, it's almost like somehow it's like a joke going around, you know, that, oh, if that happened, you know, person X or Y or Z, you know, was going to try to fix it again, you know. And yeah, I love that so much. Sorry. It's like for many of you, you're in the space where you realize there's nothing that you need to do to sort of deserve, you know, the flowering of life, if you want to call it the mercies of life, you know, the blessings, the wonderful things, like the goodies. You don't need to, sorry, do so much. I feel that for many of you, it's almost like you're watching your life unfold. You know, whereas before you might have been almost paranoid in a sense. You're now realizing that, you know what, let's just see where life is going to go. Let's just namaste this moment. You know, where you're beginning to realize more and more so that you are part of something so much bigger. It's like, I feel for many of you, you are getting the significance of life. All right. And when we start to get the significance of life, instead of trying to go out there and try to make things happen and try to make things work, you know, when you can sort of step back and say, okay, well, I've done the best that I could do, and you come from a really positive point, then life, you know, I always say, like, life will meet you 99% of the way. You just need to take that one step. And for many of you, you've taken that step. You're in the process of taking that step, you know. But I feel for many of you, you've taken that step. And it's beginning to pay off. And you're really getting sort of in flow with how life works, okay? To your benefit. And as you're going forward, this is something that, you know, I sense a natural teacher here. It's something that's unfolding more and more. You are, I can't remember, I got it for one of the other signs, I can't remember which one now, but you are sort of, you're becoming the sort of natural teacher by just being yourself. You're setting this as the prime example, because so many people in this world don't really know how to be happy. It's not that they don't want to be happy, they don't actually know how to be happy. And by you sort of just expressing the, you know, the authenticity of who you are, it really inspires more people than you may actually realize, you know. And I think sometimes when it comes to happiness, people have a misperception. You know, you sometimes think that if you say you're in the constant energy of joy, it doesn't mean that you are, you know, sort of, you know, tripping on happy hormones all day long. It means that you experience life for whatever it is. You know, you are acknowledging your feelings. If in this moment this is how you're feeling, then you acknowledge that. You know, if in that moment this is how you're feeling, you acknowledge that. So this is about flowing with life, which means that you remain in the present moment, which means that you unfold, and people want to know, how is this person doing this? Because you know, in the world, we often have this thing that we feel that we should do, we should be a certain way, you know, we shouldn't be a certain way. We are sort of taught that from a very young age, you know, you should do this and you should do that, and this is right and this is wrong. And it's almost like, I feel for many of you at this point, you're sort of looking at things, and you might be finding life and the way that we operate, you know, you like human behavior, a little bit comical in a sense, where you sometimes go like, you know, sort of looking and realizing, if you could only actually understand that the reason why you're having challenges with certain things is because you place these impossible demands upon yourself. And one of the reasons why many of you understand it so well is because you've been there, you know. And it's also wonderful, I feel that for many of you, you were very much in that sort of savior mode. I've got to save you, I've got to help you, I've got to rescue you from yourself, where you realize now that you can't really do that. Because when we try to help somebody but they're not ready for that particular sort of help, they're going to see it as interfering. They're going to see it as you messing in their business, you know. And you're getting it now, all right? It's what's happening at the moment, and what's definitely coming towards you even more, and this is what happens so wonderfully when we give ourselves a chance, is that you are getting to, instead of just sort of living life by default, you know, it's almost like from the outside looking in. Like say for example, if you got like a beautiful sort of I don't know if you ever saw that sort of like people sometimes do it. I remember when I was in school, you know, like a glass sort of dome, and you sort of build like, you know, put like plants and stuff in there, and then you get like a whole sort of ecosystem going in there. For some of you, you know, and obviously the ecosystem inside, it becomes, the point is that it becomes like a fully sort of self-supporting ecosystem. You don't have to add anything. You know, it's not like a fish tank, for example, that's beautiful, but you still need to feed a fish, for example. This is like a full ecosystem where you don't need to add anything. You know, the dome just sort of stays closed. It's like a whole lot of world. And for some of you, and whilst that world itself is very real, for the class, you know, the student looking out, you understand this is just like a little world inside a bigger world. And so for many of you, you go into that space where, and this is what's coming towards you, where you're almost like looking, you go into that space where you're sort of beginning to see the world for the beautiful, wonderful thing that it is, but you're also beginning to understand that it is just another possibility. You know, it is not the sort of be all and end all that we sometimes make it out to be. Does it make sense? Okay. I'm gonna draw you another card for that. Let's see what's happening over there. That is actually really amazing. Because you're going through this period of complete transformation. There we go. You're freeing yourself from the, you know, from the negative speak of the mind. At the bottom of the deck there, you're freeing yourself from the guilt, from the I must, and 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 I must. No, I don't have to. Okay? Complete transformation taking place here. This is almost, this is like this, looking at things from a clearer perspective. Okay, when we look at the energy of the death card, or in this case the transformation card, it is almost, it is when you begin to see that, when you begin to understand that the life where we are right now, and this is what's unfolding in your life, this is what's, you know, busy unfolding in your life, moving towards you, you're beginning to see that everything, every single moment is an ending, and every single moment is a new beginning. Every single moment is a new beginning. It's a death and a new start. It's a transformation. Beginning to see that life is not as black and white as we make it out to be. You know, it's almost like beginning to see, for example, you know, like when a baby is born. When a baby is born, it is seen as the most beautiful thing that could possibly happen, the biggest blessing. And when somebody passes, you know, we look at it as a tragedy, whether they are 80 years old or 8 years old or 8 days old, you know, or 108. We always look at death as a tragedy, but you're moving to a space where you're beginning to see that how humans are almost or humanity in a sense, and I believe we're coming out of it, but seeing so many things as tragedies, that are just part of the natural flow, you know, like almost like, why would you think of that as so sad? And that in itself places you at this wonderful, you know, amazing extra card that we got for you, the existence card, which is at the seat of creation. Let's draw your card for that. There you go. Clinging to the past. Realizing that this is the thing that is holding us back sometimes in life, right? Another one? Okay. Let's see. Clarifying why they're speaking about clinging to the past, the politics that hold us back. You're realizing that what was holding you back in many ways was the politics, all right? And that you don't have to participate in that with other people. So with this courage, clarifying there, and the first card that came out was the Fool, the second, the third card, King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and apparently one more, Knight of Cups. Okay, so the Fool and the King of Pentacles, you're going to a brilliant, it's just like you can't even envision right now how amazing your life is about to become. Busy becoming, in fact. Things are really working out for you on a very grand scale here. Five of Pentacles, whatever was holding you back, you know, the pettiness, the concerns, it's moving away. The lack of self-belief. There's some offers on the table that you know, you might say like, I don't know, I'm okay with where I am. You might want to consider that, all right? If not for you, we're with Knight of Pentacles, at least for others, because it benefits everyone, and the Knight of Cups. There's a brand new start on the table here for you, and you don't even realize it. So any offers coming through, consider them carefully, but in a positive way, all right? For the positivity they could actually be and become and unfold, for especially for your loved ones. Because I feel for many of you, sort of moving out in your own space. And whatever you're considering might actually set everybody else up in such a way that that you don't have to feel almost like responsible for anybody else's welfare or caring. Okay. Alright, if that resonates with you, you're more than welcome to like the video, share, comment, subscribe. Remember, if you subscribe, hit that notification bell. And I'm just going to get you a Moonology Oracle card, which from all the cards that were flying to your reading all the time, it seems now that you're... Okay. Alright, so you've got full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So that's what we were speaking about through your reading, really. And void of course moon. So if you're concerned about anything, nothing will come of the situation. Okay, if you're concerned about something, nothing will come of that. Let's get you one more, and it flipped out right around. Oh wow. New moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. And that's what I got for you. And so it is. Namaste. Have a beautiful November.